Hey guys, Todd here. Today we're going to show you how to install the DeeZee Hex Side Rail on this 2019 new body style Chevy Silverado. Now this is the same installation for the GMC Sierra. Let's go ahead and get started. For this installation, we're going to use the included 5mm Allen wrench, a 13mm wrench, and also a rubber mallet. All right, so we're going to start off on the passenger side. I'm at the rear stake hole pocket. What we're going to do is grab a bracket. It's got a hole in the bottom, hole in the top. It's going to be positioned down inside the stake pocket just like so. We've got a couple of clip nuts that we're going to attach to that bracket. We're going to go here and then also up at the top. Now these need to be positioned so that whenever the bolts go through, they've got the threads on the inside of the bracket. Take your top plate, which is going to be a very similar shape to the top of the stake pocket hole in the rear. We're going to line up the hole in that top plate to the top hole in the bracket. We're also going to take our stanchion. This is called a stanchion. It's going to be offset face towards the front of the vehicle. Line up the hole in the bottom of that. Use one of our included Allen head bolts and thread that together. You want to make sure that this clip nut at the bottom is as far down on this oval as possible while we're lining everything up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and peel back my bed rug. There is a hole below the stake pocket on this truck. If there is a plug, you want to remove that to expose the hole. Now we're going to drop that down in place and line up our bracket to the hole in the stake pocket. Right here is another one of our Allen head bolts with an oversized washer. We're going to put those together and we're going to line that up to the bottom U-nut in the bracket and get those threaded together. Use your included Allen wrench and get that drawn together like so. We can go ahead and make sure that this is lined up along the outside edge of our bed cap, and we're going to line up the stanchion so it's facing towards the front. Take your small 8mm bolt, go up through the bottom of this hole and line up this square head nut. Get that square headed nut just started on that bolt for right now. Let's go ahead and move up to the front. This is our front top plate. It is going to be rectangular in shape. You're also going to have a hole on the top of that. Take your stanchion again, line up the hole in the stanchion to the hole in the top plate. Take your long Allen head bolt, drop it down through that hole. Now we'll take the C-shaped clamp, line it up to the bottom of that long Allen head bolt. Make sure that C-shaped clamp is oriented front to back. We're going to drop one side into the stake pocket first, along with the other side. Drop this down, and now we're just going to get this tightened down a little bit. We're going to leave it loose for right now, but we're just going to get a lot closer than where it is right here. Okay, this still gives us a little bit of wiggle room. Go ahead and take our 8mm bolt with a 13mm head up through the bottom of the stanchion, just like on the rear. Square-headed nut, and just get it started again. Each one of our hex rails is going to come with a pair of end caps. We're going to go ahead and install those now. Just line up the grooves, get it started, and then tap it in with a rubber mallet. Do that on both sides. Okay, now your hex rails are not going to have a defined top or bottom, so just pick a side and go ahead and slide that into the stanchion. Make sure it also slides into the square-headed nut. Slide that all the way forward to line up to the next stanchion. All right, make sure it also lines up to the square-headed nut. Then center the rail front to back and make sure that your top plate is where it needs to be. Using our provided Allen wrench, we'll go ahead and tighten down all the Allen hardware, and then using a 13mm wrench or ratchet, we can tighten down our hex bolts. Repeat the same process on the opposite side, and that concludes the installation. If you have any questions, call the experts or visit us online.